Good morning, good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is the Big Girl Diary. And I got a good one for you today. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, wow, there's a lot going on in the Marilyn Manson case. Ashley Smithline did the right thing. She recanted. And we're going to go over a little bit of that. Cookies, my members, we did deep dives in it, went over the court declaration of Ashley Smithline, also Evan Rachel Wood. To be a member, it only costs a cup of coffee a month. That's really it. $3.99 a month to be a cookie. So think about that. And also, please like, subscribe. That's for free. So let me see. Hey Lexi, how are you? How are you? One of my cookies. How are you? Oh, wait a minute. Let me change the screen. All righty, all righty. Oh, okay. You're still at work. Okay. Hey, I get it. I get it. We're gonna get into some really good stuff with Ashley Smithline and go over some of the stuff that she's recanting, which is a good thing. And also, I have somebody who wants to he wants to come up and talk, which I think is great. He wants to give. Hopefully, he comes if he's not working. Hey, how you doing, wee bit bonkers? How are you? He wants to talk a little bit about his experience with someone like Evan Rachel Wood. So hopefully, if he is not too busy today, because I let him know that I was going to live stream, and he said that he wanted to join in and to talk. So I really hope that he does come in and he doesn't have anything that he has to do. I'm just resending him a message for him to come and log on. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, okay. Back to Marilyn Manson. Everything is great over here, wee bit. Everything is great, and I am so glad you all are here. I really am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And okay, let's get to it. Let me give it a minute. Oh, I hope my internet isn't going to act crazy. Okay, there's back on, back on. But um now People magazine came out immediately and recanted the story. OMG. Isn't it just great how whenever people do so wrong and horrible and getting away with it for a long time, now they have to pay the consequences of their lives? Pretty soon, pretty soon everybody's gonna look at Evan Rachel Wood as a town pariah, all of that. And I'm not okay. I don't wish anything ugly on her. I don't. I truly don't wish anything ugly on her. I think it's so unfortunate that she had to take this drastic measures to, dare I say, try to destroy a man who did nothing but one thing: love her. Now, he did the best he could as far as his understanding of love, and he truly loved her from within his heart. And no matter what he did, or better yet, no matter what she did, because there is an age difference, no matter what she did, he found a way to accept it and try to find a way to love her. Now, I'm not saying that he's a Boy Scout nor a walk in the park. No. I have to say, I thought it was hysterical that he read her letter at his concert for everyone to hear. That was funny. That really was. You know something? I think, let me put this up because this is an excellent question. If Evan does not even get a parking ticket, a citation of writing with the wrong ink, instead of using black ink, she was supposed to use blue ink, something, charged with something. If she gets away with using an FBI letter or a true FBI agent, currently an FBI agent working for the federal government, using her name in a forged in a forged letter that is used or was used in two jurisdictions within the courts to get her way, then anyone could do anything. That right there would be open season. But as far as do I think, I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. A parking ticket, something. Scared straight, make her go around women who did some serious crime and put the fear of whatever she believes in into her. It's just too much. So let's get to the good stuff. Besides me just talking about what I think. All right. Okay. I found that I just had to put that up there. Just Evan Rachel Wood's reign of terror is crumbling. It's crumbling. It's crumbling. It is. And I am so glad and and I'm so glad to see that Marilyn Manson's going out there. But a previous live stream I'd done, I think it was you, Lexi, that said that she was still working. And I find I don't like the hypocrisy of, and I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna touch on it, but not long because I'm gonna get back to this. I don't like the hypocrisy of the feminist movement, especially feminist movement 2.0. This right here is not what I agree to as far as being a feminist. This is a way of hijacking, thieving, stealing, and lying to get your way and to go unchallenged because you consider yourself a protected class. No, men need their protected class now because this is outright foolishness to where you can have this stuff happen. If Evan Rachel Wood does not, if she gets away with this, it only proves my point of what I just said about feminism. All right. Okay, Ashley Smithline. I forgot to put the S in puts. My bad. She just clotheslined Evan Rachel Wood. She just clotheslined her. And I'm taking a couple of things out of part of the declaration. Now, I did do 2 videos on this. One for my members to where I went through the entire 16 pages and the entire 6 pages. I'm sorry, 13 pages and 16 pages for my members. But for my subscribers, we got into it, but I didn't go into it as deeply. So I'm just giving you some eye candy here. So, Evan Rachel Wood, as I said earlier, came out swinging with this one right here. Now, she comes out saying, and this right here is a direct response to Ashley Smithline and her ex parte, which simply means face value or at first look, submitting her stuff. And she says, I'm a defendant in this action. I submit this declaration in support of my opposition to plaintiff's ex parte application to leave to submit on February, blah, 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 the declaration of Ashley Smithline, Morgan Smithline, in support of the plaintiff opposition to the defendant anti-slap motion. If called as a witness, I could and will completely testify in all facts within my personal knowledge, except where I stated upon information and lies. Beliefs. Please forgive me. And then the first thing she says, number 2, I never pressured or manipulated Ashley Morgan Smithline to make any accusations against the plaintiff, Brian Warner, and I certified I never pressured or manipulated her to. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, I do have a YouTube store. I'm working on it, trying to find a vendor and what I would like to do, what I want like to sell, and I'm trying to get through all the. Woo, it's a lot. But I'm sorry. I just want you to know that. So then I go into Ashley Smithline, and here in the very beginning, she didn't want to do it, and these text messages or these DMs only give her credit to what she was saying. I just wanted to keep working and to be myself. I got pulled into this whole cancel thing, and I just wanted to keep working and to carry on living with her own life. And I feel bad for her because Evan is a bigger star and she has more pull and is able to, and she did. She most definitely did do that. So this is where, and here, she said, it wasn't something I knew I was even being brought into. I never wanted to cancel anyone. I just fell in with influence. I wanted to work and move forward. And again, I mean, just take a look at that and just understand her state. Now, many of us really came down on, and I know I have. I know I have. And, I got some messages like, BGD, you were against her, now you're for her. She's a liar on Twitter. I don't get too much here, not too much, but it's on Twitter. Those of you who are here, my subscribers here, also follow me on Twitter and also on Instagram. Now, and some of my DMs like, she's a liar, you can't trust her. But once I point out saying, okay, yeah, she did lie. Most definitely, hands down, she did lie. Also, she told the truth. What do you mean? How did she tell the truth when she lied? Well, whenever you do things, especially this day and age, everything is on social media. You got that right, wee bits. It takes guts to own up to it. And that's what Ashley did. Ashley, it takes guts. And she called in on Popcorn Planet. And I happened to take a look at his pod or his show. And as he's talking about the show, she calls in unexpectedly. I mean, he jumped out. I think he jumped out of his skin. He's like, oh, gold. Throwing everything, whatever he had planned was out the door. And I saw that, and she just said, I know I'm going to get, well, not, backlash. She used another word I can't remember. And then she said, I should get it rightfully so. I thought that was huge. I thought that was huge of her. And it shows strength in her character to make it right. And I was like, bravo, Popcorn Planet, bravo. Great interview, great job, great save. Especially she just popping up like that out of nowhere. I thought that was great. I'm like, good job. All right, so she does that, and the whole thing. I just want to live my life. I want to pay my bills. I don't want to get caught up in all this mess. It doesn't belong with me. So as I looked at the article, and I'm thinking, let me just check out some things here as far as the article goes in the People's Magazine, which I had a hard time getting. I couldn't. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they use, but in the beginning of the article, it says an ex-girlfriend of Marilyn Manson who had alleged the rock star had sexually abused her has now walked back the claims that the grape juice allegations were false. Ashley Smithline has filed a declaration to support, which I just showed you, defending Marilyn Manson by renouncing the past accusations she made against the embattled musician, NBC News reported. The declaration, which is a part of the 2022 defamation lawsuit, which actor and Manson's accuser, Evan Rachel Wood, has filed in Los Angeles Superior Court on Thursday. This week, Smithline had sued Manson in 2021 for sexual assaultation. You got it. With battery, with batter. Now says Wood pressured her into posing as a victim as a part of the coordinated effort to smear Manson. I succumbed to pressure from Evan Rachel Wood and her associates to make accusations, the grape juice and the assaultation against Manson, that were not true. Smithline wrote in her declaration reported. People reported. So I have to give it to People to recant. I thought that was great for them to do that. And also the model, the former partner of Marilyn Manson, now says that she repeated that Evan Rachel Wood and her wing women repeatedly gaslit by Wood and her others in her orbit, such as a 54-year-old musician's former assistant, Ashley Walters. I knew Ashley Walters was in there somewhere. I knew she was in there somewhere. Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh, yeah, please check it out. I'm just giving bits and pieces. I had a hard time bringing it up on to try to do this presentation. I don't know what they got going on the internet to where I couldn't get it. I don't know. But there's a lot that is coming down the pike, and I'm just like, thank goodness the truth is being told. Thank goodness. I forgot to charge my phone, so you're going to have to wait so you can call in. However, if you want to come up, you can, and I don't see the guest that I wanted to come up. I hope he can. I hope he has time. And I did talk to Ezra, so I hope she does come. If you want to come up, please do so. Now, this is, how can I say, this is going to be one of the greatest comeback stories, not only for Marilyn Manson, but for Ashley Smithline. Morgan Smithline, because she was thrown in the midst of not only the Me Too movement, but she was thrown in the midst of being bullied. If you want to be a part of us, you're going to have to work with us, but we got some stuff on you. And if you don't follow with us, I'm going to use this against you and I'm going to destroy you. And we all can look back at our younger years, and we all had that one bully that we just wanted just kick their butt around a block, but for some reason was a little bit too afraid to do it, to stand up for yourself. But somewhere down the line, you found that strength and said no. Ashley Morgan Smithline found that strength and said no. And I'm so proud of her. I am. But I was able to get some stuff that I had to type in for myself. So here. Ashley said, I never intended to pursue criminal charges against Mr. Warner and have no intentions now of ever pursuing criminal charges, as Mr. Warner did never assault or abuse me, Smithline writes. And this is a direct quote that comes from the People magazine. So, and she never intended to do it, which I thought was rather interesting. I'm like, wait a minute. She claimed that he did all of these things, but it never occurred to her to go to the police. Now, she said it was either her or Esme said that it took her 7 years to understand that she was abused. I'm thinking, geez Louise. It takes you 7 years to realize that you were violated? What kind of life were you leading? That's what I was thinking, you know? So here's another excerpt. The statement, part of the lawsuit from Manson against Wood and Ilmagore, comes a month after a separate lawsuit against Manson from Smithline was dismissed. So, I'm sorry, let me leave it up a little bit longer. So it was quite apparent that what Ashley Smithline was saying, you could see it wasn't true. You could see it wasn't true. And even her sitting there with her lawyer, she just had a hard time. How can I say this? I wish I took a video of it. She did not even really want to look into the camera. She appeared to be uncomfortable. She just appeared to be, I don't want to be on this planet at this very second. And then you had the lawyer who was just like, whatever she just said. Now, I don't know if they were battling before the interview or whether if the battling occurred after the interview. I don't know, because the two of them looked so uncomfortable there on the TV show, or not the TV show, but on the news, her giving the story. It didn't even look right, sound right, not believable, all those things. So let me see. I think I have one or two more. So here, Smithline tells the court that she had a brief consensual, mexual relationship with Brian Warner, who also is known as Marilyn Manson, in November of 2010, which, yeah, now I'm trying to remember. No, let me see. No, that was Esme Bianco that had a husband. Okay. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, I could just only imagine having a tortured, I don't want to say tortured soul, but having being under that kind of stress, knowing that you don't want to do it, you don't feel comfortable with it, but if you don't, then everything you worked hard for is going to go away because this person wants that person to suffer, and they will use any and everyone to get that goal across and make everyone suffer too. Just in here, a spokesperson for Wood denies pressuring, denied pressure had ever been put on Smithline. Evan never pressured, manipulated Ashley. It was Ashley who contacted Evan Rachel Wood after she, you know, you can't make this stuff up. You really can't. So now Evan is trying to turn it, saying, no, Smithline came to me. She came to me. And what she's saying is not true. No. Keep in mind, Ashley Smithline has the receipts. Now, you could even look on the Phoenix Rising, which I'm just having a hard time. Oh man, I'm having a hard time looking at that. It's just it's terrible. I don't mean to bash anyone's work, but it's terrible. It's more so against her than it is anything else. But hey, if she believes it's going to give her $1 million, and that right there is her only source of evidence that she's using, and she's trying to bring or using that as her only source of evidence is her documentary into this case. Oh, that woman's delusional. Woo wee. Evan Rachel Wood is beyond delusional. Okay. Yeah, wee bit. I don't believe it either. I don't believe it either. I don't believe it. But I know this much. I know that Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore, which I don't even think that they even talk anymore. I think I knew that they split up, and Evan Rachel Wood packed up all her stuff and sent it to Florida, where Ilma Gore got a job after when they masterfully mastermind that FBI letter that Ilma Gore left to her sister. It was broken and didn't think that she would get it working. Brighton, you rock. You know your sister better than anyone else. There are those of us that have family members that are excellent at paperwork and that can fool the judge. Mm. We all got them in our families, whether if they're like direct relatives or down the line somewhere. Brighton, Brighton, Brighton. Look, we have to give a coffee cheer to Brighton, because Brighton was the one that broke all of this information. If it weren't for her, Marilyn Manson would be canceled beyond canceled, canceled to the third power. And thanks to Brighton, I gotta do a hashtag. Thank you, Brighton Gore. You're the light. And she is. So I'm so let me ask you a question. Let me open up the other. Oh, okay. I got a communication with the guy. His name is Ken or Kenny. He says right now he's getting his children from school. So hopefully, or maybe next stream to where I can coordinate time with him. So that he want to come and talk and give us because there are. And matter of fact, Can you believe that there's someone worse than Evan Rachel Wood? I mean, she's like right up there with her. She's not rich, but she's up there. I've been looking into oh my goodness, Megan, the police officer. I took a look at those oh my goodness. I took a look at that long read. I'm like, oh my goodness, there is so much wildness going on. Who would hire a police officer that could not pass the psychological test? And she said she was afraid to take the psychological test because she wouldn't get the job. And she just graduated, didn't get employment in her degree area. So she decided to go into, into law enforcement. So if you're interested in that one, let me know. Uh, those my cookies. I'll be talking about that on Discord, still along with this. But I'm going to open up another thread because this is what. Oh my goodness! If you want to talk about the level of delusion that reaches and maybe surpasses Evan Rachel Wood, Megan Hill. Wow. I got to get that shirt. You can't make this stuff up. I know it. I know it. I know it, Lexi. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to make sure I get this store up and t-shirts and things. So woo. Okay, I'm sorry. I was reading that court thing. It was about like 50 some odd pages. And that was just a complaint. I'm like, oh my God. It was something. Okay, I'm sorry. Back on Ashley Smithline. Now, I know Ashley Smithline is going to take a whole lot of abuse. She was already taking a whole lot of abuse to begin with. Now she's going to take another set of abuse. Now, she was being called a liar from the beginning, so that right there is nothing new. So now that she's telling the truth, the other side is going to call her a liar. Well, what does one do? They're going to call you names no matter what. This is something. Now, one thing I said in other previous live streams, whether if Evan Rachel Wood and Amber Heard sort of hatched this stuff together. Did they sit down? Because I don't have any proof of Evan Rachel Wood and Amber Heard having dinner or lunch or anything written or any physical proof of them actually spending time together. Now, there is proof of Ellen Barkin and Amber Heard on a couple of different occasions to where Ellen Barkin said that she never knew Amber Heard, which is a lie. But Amber Heard and Evan Rachel Wood. I only had one, maybe a couple of excerpts here and there in different newspaper articles when she would come out and speak in favor of Amber Heard. But it was kind of like wild, like, oh, they're anti-LGBTQ. They're making fun of her because she's bisexual. That had nothing to do with the case. The case was she lied. That was it. But as far as her actually sitting down, pictures or something to where she said we're friends, if it's anything, Evan Rachel Wood was like, we're not friends. So I'm wondering, because these two ladies have the most, dare I say, delusional outlook on life to where no matter what you do, it's correct because you do it. The sense of entitlement is beyond belief. And then when you have people like Ashley Morgan Smithline, that is a victim to your delusions, And that Ashley Smithline was unfortunate to have to connect and need to be around this person to get to her next step in her career. Horrible, 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 just beyond outrageous. So I think my phone is okay. I think I could get some calls in. So let me put up the number and have you call in, and please do so. Okay, my getting my phone up. So please call in. And those of you, I only have one cell phone, so I could take one call at a time. But please, if you do want to call in, say, "Hey, I want to call in. I really want to hear your voice and your perspective of it, because I've been talking for about a half hour, and I would like to hear what you have to say. Like, do you believe Ashley Smithline? Is she sincere? What are your thoughts? Is she just continue lying to get with the winning team? This cute little store called Five and Below. Everything is $5 and below. Well, no, actually, now it's getting a little higher. So, I thought I had it on. All right. Just when you think you have something on, you don't. Okay, let me see. Got a message. Oh, Lexi, I wish you could too, because you really give some really good points. Really good points. So please call in. Kaplan. I'm sorry, wee bit. Okay, one is called Kaplan, I think. Okay, there's ties between. Oh, wait a minute. There's some info. There's ties between the lawyers they used in Me Too. Oh, 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 wee bit. Okay, okay. Look, please call in and expand on that, because I've been trying to figure out how this stuff is connected. Please call in. If not, call in, come up or expand on it, because I truly want to get a better understanding of how all this stuff connects. Because I'm trying to get an understanding. I get a little here and a little there, but I cannot connect the dots. I just can't. Please, wee bit bonkers, call in. I would love to hear you elaborate or expound more on that. Because the only thing I have is speculation, but that is an excellent point. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Alyssa Milano um, was screaming about Me Too, and I have to do more on this. Rose McGowan, I have been hard on her. I really have, about not speaking up for Marilyn Manson. And I don't know what got into her, but she is like this raging tiger that is just fighting, and she's taken on Alyssa Milano, and her husband is belongs to the CAA, which is called the Creative Artistic Association, and they are this huge organization that is over all entertainment, music, movies, and interestingly enough, basketball. I thought that was interesting. And her husband is an agent. I find it interesting that they call it an agent. like a little conspiratorial things going on in my head, like do 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 do. But I have to look into that. Now you said one is called Kaplan, but does anybody want to call in to talk about what their beliefs are as far as Ashley Smithline changing her mind, recanting the stories, saying what truly did happen, and now that she's being attacked by Evan Rachel Wood and Evan Rachel Wood fans? Would anybody like to call in and give their perspective on this new turn of events? All right. Now, let me look at the the article. Okay, this is the Los Angeles Times. Now, I'm sorry I won't be able to see you, so I'm going to come back and forth. So you can see me, but I'm going to be on different pages. All right, the Los Angeles Times reports, and this was what was this reported? I can't see the date. About a week ago. Ashley Smithline, whose 2021 federal lawsuit against Marilyn Manson was dismissed last month after she dismissed a court deadline in the name, to name new counsel, now says the Evan Rachel Wood actor and other manipulated her into making false accusations against the rocker. Wood denies the allegation, was one of the number of women who, in early 2021, publicly accused Marilyn Manson of sexual abuse. She said in documentary, Phoenix Rising, the next year that he had essentially grape juiced her while shooting a music video in 2007. You can't, oh my goodness. Look, you can't make this wild BS up. And this makes me so mad about these outrageous delusional lies, that she is in front of an entire cast, number of people around with cameras, and it's just her and Marilyn Manson, and she, Evan Rachel Wood, said he grape juiced me and no one helped. Okay. Do you know how many insurance companies, all the insurance that people have to have in order to even do these things? Now, if this were true, and let's say hypothetically, Evan Rachel Wood is telling the truth, that Marilyn Manson grape juiced her in front of the entire cast, and not one person pulled him off, not one person stopped it, not one person intervened at all. Now, and she did not go to the police. She did not complain to her talent agency. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and move over here for a second, just to give you a better understanding of what I'm saying. Terry Crews was at a party with his wife amongst other people. His agent comes out of who knows where and grabs him where he had no business grabbing him. He should have tapped him on the arm, but that's not where he tapped him. And Terry Crews was going to slobber knock him, but did not. Instead, he went to the agency and complained, and that guy was dealt with like that. Dealt with, made to apologize. And I really didn't follow it, but Evan Rachel Wood was fully abused in front of everyone. And just for the sake of argument that occurred, Evan would own her own castle, several castles in different countries, especially it being filmed. The insurance companies, no, 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 no. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that. It's just these outrageous accusations. Okay. The initial allegation resulted in embattled performers being dropped by his record label and his manager and losing roles in TV shows and American Gods. You know what they got a problem with is that, and thank you for Lexi for pointing this out. Evan Rachel Wood throughout all of this is still working. How is that equal? Oh my goodness. Okay. How's that equal? She's still making money. Let me go back to the article. I'm sorry. In November 2000, I had a brief consensual relationship, consensual sexual relationship with Brian Warner, and known as Marilyn Manson during a trip I took to Los Angeles from Thailand, where I was living. Smithline, a model, said in a sworn declaration filed Thursday in Los Angeles County Superior Court. 10 years later, I succumbed to pressure from Evan Rachel Wood and her associates to make accusations of grape juice and assault against Marilyn Manson, against Brian Warner, were not true. Wood and others included Smithline, who were known as Ashley Morgan, launched a campaign in February of 2021 accusing Warner of hideous abuse. Smithline said she was invited in 2020 by Wood or an artist, Ilma Gore, to participate in a group discussion with other women who had relationships with Warner. Now, that right there is a big time setup. Whenever you get women, and the women, we do understand this. We understand this. Men, maybe not. But women, whenever we get into a group, when one woman says, "Hey, I want to talk to you about Marilyn Manson, and I had a relationship with him. You had a relationship with him." Especially, okay, Marilyn Manson was throwing himself around. He was just throwing himself here and there and there. So that right there is true. I could only imagine how many women were, oh my goodness. So whenever you have one who's like, "I'm really pissed off and he did this to me," did he do this to you? Did he? Okay, you get the picture. Okay, for abuse, said that she was involved in a relationship with Warner. Okay, I remember she would ask me whether I had been others, among the others, whipped, chained, tied up, branded, cut, wow, assaulted while sleeping, beaten, or grape juiced. The model said in her declaration. She said none of those things, she said all those things happened to Miss Wood. All right, let me ask you, please put down the yes or no. If someone did all those things, beaten, whipped, tied you up, chained you, beat you some more, and you stayed with them, but yeah, would you stay with that person? Put yes in the chat or no in the chat, Please. This is outrageous. Because I'll be the first one to tell you, no. Goddamn, no. No, I wouldn't stay. That would be outrageous to stay. Unless if you're okay. Let me go ahead and take it back. Unless if you're into that. Because I forgot all about the kink community. They're I believe they're into stuff like that. But let me go on with the okay, she said all those things happened to Miss Wood. Okay, wait a minute. All those things happened to okay, Miss Wood and others. And then okay, and that's when Miss Wood was with Mr. Warner. Every moment was a moment of survival. When I said no, this didn't happen to me. This was not my experience. I recall being told by Miss Woods that's just because I could not remember did not necessarily mean that it didn't happen. Whoa. Oh my goodness. That's something. Ashley is saying, no, that didn't happen to me. That wasn't my experience. And Evan's like, well, no, no. It because you don't remember, it doesn't mean it didn't happen to you. Oh, she's playing some serious psychological games right there. That is something. This is outrageous. While at first I knew Mr. Warner, okay, while at first Mr. Warner did not do those things to Miss Smithline continued. Eventually, I eventually began to question whether he did. Wood and Gore are co-defendants in a March 2022 lawsuit filed by Warner that alleges defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, violating the Comprehension Computer Data Access and Fraud Act, and impersonation over the internet. Smithline declares, or Smithline's declaration made on Sunday while were filed in connection with Warner's lawsuit. The Shock Rocker's attorney is seeking court's permission to use it in the case. Now, this is where she's trying her best. She's trying her very best, and her lawyers. My cookies, you know exactly what the lawyers try to do because I laid it all out for you. Evan Rachel Wood's lawyers are trying their very best to keep Ashley Smithline's declaration from being placed into Marilyn Manson's court filings or whatever you want to call it. And I personally think he has a very, very good chance of getting it in. I have to do a little bit more reading. Once I read Marilyn Manson's additional declaration, which cookies you will be well informed on, and I will go through the case laws that they cite. Just the fact that I like that is, oh my goodness. Leave me alone, okay? So I'm going to go into the case law and to see how it connects. And cookies, you will know about that. So, all right. All righty. Where was I? Lexi, uh, you brought this information out, and also the last live stream I did, Ezra got the actual picture of them trying to get the password, and I did it on a live stream. And Ezra, thank you, thank you, thank you. Lexi, thank you. I appreciate you. Smithline and Gore were the ones who drafted the February 2021 statement and posted on social media using the password the model had provided. The narrative that were posted contained untrue statements about Warner. She said in a particular comment that Marilyn Manson, the initials of for Warner's stage name, made on her body. Now, I don't know if I can bring that up. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can bring this up so that you can see exactly what's being spoken about. Because she does show. How can I use? Okay, let me use this. All right. Because she shows like some kind of scratches. So give me a moment as I look for it. Because I know I do have that. Let me find that pic. It just looked like she just scraped. Well, to me, it looked like that she just scraped herself. Okay, why am I in this file? Ah, voila. I found it. Okay, I found it. Give it a second to upload. Give me 1 second. Oh, wow, that was fast. Here. Oh, wait a minute, wrong one. Here. That's where she said that he put his name onto her. And if you look at it, it looks kind of strange. I don't know how in the world that they got Eminem out of that. It just looked like that she just scratched herself, whatever, or whomever done that. But and this is the same showing that. And someone suggested that this right here was when she was playing on a Game of Thrones. So saying that that was done to her. Uh, mm. But I'm glad you're telling the truth, Ashley. I'm glad you're telling the truth. Okay, she said her attorney Jay Elwanger, the same person representing Bianco, pressured her to appear on the View. That's when she looked like she did. Okay, and the Talk and People's Magazine. Smithline fired him shortly after he filed the lawsuit on her behalf. The lawsuit is one of. I'm sorry. The lawsuit is the one that was dismissed without prejudice, which means that they said, okay, I'm dismissing this, but you can come back if you want to and have more proof. After the model dismissed a December deadline to tell the court who who would be representing to move forward. So he did. Elwanger uh, Ashley Smithline grew a conscience and let it go, but Bianco, I'm going to keep on suing and suing until you give me some money. Unfortunately, there are people like that. Unfortunately. Okay. Now, Wood denies Smithline's allegation in a statement Thursday from her representative. Evan never pressured or manipulated Smithline. Uh, sh- uh, the representative said it was Ashley who first contacted Evan about the abuse she had suffered. So I repeated that same sentence in different in different not magazines, but different articles. So only thing that I can say is this: I am glad that Ashley Smithline is telling the truth. There's going to be more hit pieces out against her, and it looks like that she's strong enough to fight forward. And hey, two is better than one. So I'm glad that Marilyn Manson has someone there to help him get through this, that has the DMs, that has all the paperwork or whatever Evan Rachel Wood, Ilma Gore passed out, emailed, or whatever. She has that information that can be passed over to the lawyers to assist Marilyn Manson from having this horrible cloud over his head of lies. So, okay, anyone want to? You have any comments? A wee bit? Yep. Nope. I agree with you because I wouldn't be there either. I would be long gone. Anyone want to call in or come up or write something down as far as everything I presented? Oh, we're over an hour mark. Oh, and if you're interested, because I don't know which channel I want to bring it on, Big Girl Diary or Politics with Laura, because the Megan Kelly case, the police officer out in Tennessee that had sexual relationships with several officers in the in that police station, but not it not only was in that police station, but it went to other places, to other police district, not districts, but other police other police stations around that area. But it's interesting is that she's only fixated on, I think, maybe 4 or 5 officers, but admits to having additional relationships, might I say, while married. While married. Her husband found out about it and still support his wife. And there's a lot going on there. So, oh, okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, Lexi, you can call in when you get home. Okay, because well, just let me know that. Well, wait a minute, wait. Don't answer me if you're driving. No, please don't. I need you on this planet Earth. Please don't do that. But I will live stream again because there's some more information that's coming out that I'm trying to stay ahead of. But now I'm looking into Evan Rachel Wood's responses, and I haven't heard anything from Ilma Gore yet, nor Ashley Walters. Ashley Walters, or as I say, oh, I am so silly. But all has been very, very quiet. Very quiet. It's like she has backed into obscurity, because Ashley Walters is the key to this whole entire thing. If it weren't for Ashley Walters, Evan Rachel Wood would not have been able to achieve everything she has been able to achieve. Everyone in that documentary came from Ashley Walters. Every single last one of them. Because Ashley Walters not only was his personal assistant, but also had a nerve to accuse him too. I'm like, oh, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. I don't know anywhere in history to where something like this happened. The woman that gave all the information out and then turns around and sues you for the same thing the other women that had a physical relationship with. You please, somebody tell me, anywhere in history has this been done? This right here, the person that gave all the information out and then turn around and sue saying that he did the same thing to me that he did to them, but he added a little extra stank on it. He psychologically abused me. I was his personal secretary. I did the photography and I cooked for him. And oh, you, like I said, look, I know I sound like a broken horse, but you can't make this stuff up. You can't. I mean, look, I have a wild imagination. I mean, I could take something from A to Z. I can. But this is beyond my abilities, way beyond my abilities. This is wild. So, Ashley Walters is so far back in the obscurity, you can't even find her with night vision goggles. That's how far she is behind. Oh my goodness. And I hope Marilyn Manson sues her for not only being a bad employee and busting up your car and having being drunk in your car with your girlfriend, but also stealing passwords and giving that information to your ex-girlfriend that wanted to destroy your life. So I hope Marilyn Manson gets Ashley Walters, or as I lovingly call her, oh, this is wild, beyond wild. I'm sorry, I thought I had this on. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. If anybody tried to call, I'm sorry. I thought I had this on. But I'm gonna look into Kaplan. I am. Why is this not on? What is going on? Okay. It's coming up. I think this is Evan Rachel Wood. Let me stop. Wait a minute. This is nuts. Am I going to have to get another phone? Oh my goodness. I may have to get another phone. I'm sorry. I'm having all these technical difficulties. And this battery won't come out. Okay, well, Lexi, I'm sorry you won't be able to call in because I'm having issues with my phone. It's charging, but it's not staying on for some reason. But that's what I get for now. Let me be nice. Phone, you are so wonderful. You are. Please turn on. Oh, man. Oh, wait a minute. It's on. Wait. Ooh, ooh. Okay, it's on. All right. All right. If anyone wants to call, please call in. My phone is on. So tell me, what are your thoughts about the new revelations with uh, Ashley Smithline coming forward? How Evan Rachel Wood is swinging, saying that it's not true. Ashley Smithline is lying. So, what are your thoughts? Please call in. I would love to hear your thoughts. And I have to make sure I timestamp this too. All right. So, what are your thoughts? Please call in. If you want to call in, just say, "Hey, I'm calling in," so I can look out. What are your thoughts? Ashley Smithline. I lied. I lied on Marilyn Manson. He never done those things to me, and I lied because Evan Rachel Wood sucked me into this. I had no idea what I was getting into. Once I saw what it was too late for me to back out. Now, Evan Rachel Wood is pressuring me and holding things over me that if I don't do this, stuff is going to happen. You're not going to work. The only thing I want to do is work and pay my bills. I want to be a part of Hollywood. I got a great job on The King of Thrones. Okay, let me go along with this. The interesting part is that after when Ashley Morgan Smithline did this, all of a sudden her opportunities started to dry up. The interesting part is who still had opportunities was Evan Rachel Wood. Heck, Ilma Gore is still, well, I think she's gonna go back after Trump again. When she did that thing called I can't even say it, so then I'll say micro peni of Donald Trump. I thought that was interesting. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that was awful, Ilma. Ilma, that was awful. Funny, but awful. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it go here. Kenneth is hasn't connected yet. So what I will say is I want to thank all of you for being here and for participating, and also for Marilyn Manson. The truth is coming out, and I can't wait until it has to be televised. This court case has to be televised because what Evan Rachel Wood and everyone else did, they did it through television. So they need to answer, and this court case should be done in public to where we can see it and criticize and critique it as we did with Marilyn Manson, critiqued, criticized, and all the other things. So the same thing should be done. So on that note, many thanks. And I want to thank all of you for stopping by. You're everywhere around the world. One thing you can never get back is time. And I hope this was worth your time. Bye bye.